So good morning, my dear children.
Morning,
Good morning, ma'am.
How are you all?
fine,
Fine, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so shall we start today's session?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So the topic which we are going to learn is something very different. Now see, last night when I went to sleep, I planned out my day today. I planned out all my activities for today. Do you also plan out? Do you also plan out your day? Yes or no? Don't you plan out your day?
Yes,
The
ma'am.
first period is English. I have to attend English period, and ma'am has told me to get ready with the spellings, and there is reading test. Did you not plan out the day for today? If you
Yes,
have not planned out, you have to learn how to plan out the day, how to plan out the time. Okay. Now, as far I am concerned, so last night I told you I planned out for today. I decided that I have to take this topic. Then I prepared myself. I did a lot of homework. I went through the meanings, stanzas, everything. Then I am prepared. So what do you think? How will be my class? If I am well prepared, my class will be, of course, good. Now, sometimes, though we are well prepared, though we have done a lot of homework, still sometimes the things go wrong. Do you agree with me? Though we
Yes.
have planned out everything,
Yes, ma'am.
though we
Yes,
have
ma'am.
a clear-cut idea about the situation, yes, I can do it. No problem. But sometimes, at certain times, what happens? Something goes wrong and suddenly the happiness turns into unhappiness. Now, in the same way, when we meet with a lot of difficulties in life, now as far you are concerned, I don't think so you have got any difficulty or any obstacle or any situation where you were feeling unhappy, right? Did you face this kind of situation in life? No. Yes or no? I didn't get any answer.
No,
Now,
ma'am.
as far
No.
as you are concerned, did you find any problem where you felt, yes, there is no solution for this problem, there is no hope? Did you find any problem like this till
No,
now?
ma'am. No, ma'am.
No,
ma'am.
because you are too small. But as you grow up, when you finish your 10th, when you finish your +2, when you go for higher studies, what happens? Sometimes, now look at your own parents at home. Sometimes what happens? They will be struggling with certain kind of problems to find out the solution. Sometimes even I feel, oh, there is no solution for the problem. There is no hope. So in this situation, what should I do? Now I am facing a problem or difficulty, an obstacle, which is very difficult to overcome, where I have no hope, where I feel there is no solution for this problem. So in this situation, what should I do? What should I do? Just give me some solution. How should I face the situation?
Ma'am.
Yes, Christo.
Courageously.
Maybe you should plan well.
Okay, maybe somewhere I was lagging, so I did not plan out well, so I have to plan out well. Then I told you certain problems, they don't knock at the door and tell, please, can I come in? I am your problem. Do the problems knock at the door and come in our life? No. All of a sudden, sometimes what happens, maybe health problem, maybe financial problem, etc., etc. We face these kind of problems all of a sudden. So what happens? Sometimes we feel, oh, everything has come to an end. In this situation, I have got two options. What are the two options? What are the two options? Can you guess what are the two options that I have got?
Ma'am, can I? Ma'am,
Yes, Anthony.
Ma'am, every problem has a one solution, right?
Every problem has got a solution. So first of all, my attitude matters, right? I
Yes,
should
ma'am.
always have a positive attitude. So here
Yes,
I have
ma'am.
got two options. What are the two options? One is to just give up. Just give up. I have no solution. I have no hope. I have nothing to do. So just to quit from the situation. That is one solution. The other one, what is the other solution which I have? To fight back, to bounce back, to overcome the situation with all the strength and courage and might that I have. Okay. So which one should I opt for? First one or second one?
Second one.
Second one. So always remember, life is not easy. Life is full of ups and downs. Life is not at all a bed of roses. As far you are concerned, you are a small kid now, not much. But as you grow up, as I told you, life doesn't tell you that I am going to bring a problem. All of a sudden it comes. So I should be prepared. Okay, always I should be prepared and I should fight back. Okay, that is very important. It is very easy to quit. Am I right? Is it not easy to quit?
Yes, ma'am.
To quit and run away from the situation, but it is very hard to face the difficulty, to fight back, to bounce back. When you throw a ball on the floor, what happens? It bounces back, right? So it's
Yes,
very
ma'am.
difficult, but if you have the will, what should you do? Always we should opt for the second one. Always remember that every problem has got a solution. And always have a positive attitude towards everything. So half of the problem is solved. So the topic that we are going to learn is based on this attitude, that is positive attitude. Face all the difficulties of life with a positive attitude, with a hope that everything will be fine one day. Okay, so always you should be the master of your fate. What did I say? We should be the master of our fate and captain of our soul. What is the meaning of these lines? What is the meaning of these lines? What is the meaning of when I say I should be the master of my fate? What do you understand by this line? Anyone?
Ma'am, that means we need to be.
I think so, Daniel. I think so. You can just wait for your chance. Yes. Yes,
Okay,
Ms. Jo.
Ma'am, we should be prepared for that.
We should be prepared. Okay, we should be prepared. So I should be master of my fate. Now you are in 6th standard. Now you finish your 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. Till 10th standard goes on smoothly because you are going to finish the schooling in the same school. So after 10th, there arises a question. Next what? Right? Am I not right?
Yes, ma'am.
Then after +2, again
Yes,
a question
ma'am.
arises. Next to what? So you should be well prepared. You should be the master of your fate. You should have an clear-cut idea about what are you going to do in your life. Now, though you plan out, though you do everything, sometimes I told you, we face a lot of difficulties. Maybe it is health, maybe it is financial, maybe some other problem. That time we should be prepared. And how should we face the situation? We should face the situation with lot of courage and with a positive attitude. And let me tell you one thing, it is not so easy. Is it easy? When a problem comes,
it's
is it
not
easy
easy,
to
ma'am.
stand against the
Ma'am.
problem and fight
No,
against the
ma'am.
problem? No.
Ma'am, it's not
It
easy.
is difficult, but it is not impossible. Okay, so always you should be the master of your fate and captain of your soul. We have got a soul, right? Right?
Yes,
We have got a soul. Now, by mistake, if I make a mistake, what should I do? I should take the responsibility of the mistake which I make. And I should correct the mistake and go ahead in life. Clear? So that is a topic. The topic which we are going to learn is of great importance today. In this particular poem, what did the poet do? Poet's leg was cut off when he was just in early 20s because of tuberculosis of bones. One of the leg was amputated. But what did he do? Did he give up? No.
No,
Can
ma'am.
we imagine a life? Can we imagine to live a life without a leg? Now these many years I was walking, I was running on 2 of my legs, and suddenly I come to know that my one leg has to be taken off. What will happen to me?
Ma'am, will be
I feel as if everything has come to an
end.
end. And wherever I see, I feel I am in total darkness. There is no hope. There is no ray in my life. Okay, so shall we start with the poem? So
Yes,
what did I
ma'am.
say? The central idea of the poem is you should be the captain of your fate and master of your fate and captain of your soul. Whatever difficulties you feel, whatever difficulties you face, whatever troubles you face, what should you do? You have to fight back. Okay, my dear children, this is a very great lesson that we are going to learn today. So in future life, whenever you face any difficulty where you feel everything has come to an end, don't lose hope. Okay, every problem has got a solution, and just try to develop a positive attitude just from today. Okay, so shall we start the poem? So the poem which we are going to learn is such a beautiful poem. It is on the page number 70. And do you know what is the name of the poem? It is Invictus. What is the name of the poem? It is Invictus.
Yes.
On the page number 70, we have got a beautiful poem. It is an inspirational poem. Now, what is the meaning of inspirational poem? Inspirational poem is what? Where we get motivated. Yes, I can overcome this situation. Yes, I can do it. When others can do, why not I? Okay. So what kind of a poem is this? This is an inspirational poem, a self-motivated poem. So Invictus. Now, who is the poet of this beautiful poem? It is William Ernest Henley. What is the name of the poet? It is William Ernest Henley. Take the page number 71. Just have a look on the page number 71. When was he born? He was born in 1849 and lived up to 1903. So the exact date is mentioned here. He was born on 23rd August 1849 and lived up to 11th July 1903. And when did he write this poem Invictus? He wrote the poem Invictus in 1875. I think so this year is not given in your book. You can just write there. Okay. This beautiful poem, that is Invictus, was written in the year 1875. Then Henley wrote the poem Invictus to show his resilience following the amputation of his foot. Resilience means what? His strength, his courage. Okay. So he was a critic and editor of the late Victorian era in England. He suffered a tubercular infection when he was in his early 20s. So as I told you, early 20s, very young. So he suffered from a disease. Just because of that, his one leg had to be taken off. So this resulted in an amputation of a leg. Amputation means what? Cutting off below the knee. Henley was in great pain for 20 months and he wrote Invictus and other poems during this point of time. So when his one of the leg was cut off, just put yourself in the place of this man and think, suddenly, all of a sudden, if my one leg is taken off, how do I feel? I feel as if the whole world is come to an end, has come to an end. Am I right? Yes. So here also, what did he feel? He felt terribly bad. And how many months did he struggle because of the pain? 20 months.
20 months.
That was the time when he wrote the poem Invictus in 1875. Now, what is this word Invictus? What do you mean by the word Invictus? Invictus means what? It is a Latin word. Okay. What is this word? It is a Latin word which means unconquerable, undefeated, unafraid. What is the meaning of this title Invictus? As I told you, Invictus is a Latin word. What does it mean? It means unconquerable. Whatever situation comes in my life, whatever situation the poet faced in his life, he did not give up. That is the meaning. Unconquerable means the problems were not able to conquer the poet, but the poet conquered the problems. Right? He overcame the problems. So he defeated the problems. Problems did not defeat him, but he defeated the situation. The theme of the poem is to find the strength to overcome problems and difficulties. So as I told you, what is the central idea of this poem? The central idea of this poem is to overcome the difficulties and the problems of life with a lot of strength and courage and with a positive attitude. That is something very important. The speaker gives thanks for his unconquerable soul because although he suffers a great injury, he does not give up. Now he is thanking God for giving him the strength to face the situation. He was not conquered by the problems, but he conquered the problems. So he is thanking God for giving me unconquerable soul. Though he suffered a great injury in life, he bounced back. He came back to life. So my dear children, what did I tell? What is the meaning of Invictus? Invictus means it is a Latin word. Don't forget. Okay, what is the meaning of Invictus? It is a Latin word which means undefeated. Undefeated, unconquerable. Okay? Unconquerable. Clear? Clear? Shall I start with the poem?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you motivated a bit at least? Did you feel that? So always have a positive attitude.
I am always motivated.
Okay, that's a good thing. So as I told you, Latin word invictus, unconquerable, undefeated, unafraid. The poet, though he faced a very difficult situation regarding his physical health, just because of physical health, the mental health also was affected, but he did not give up. He fought back. Okay, so that is the central idea of the poem. Just look at the screen here. What is written here? Look at these lines. Master of my fate. Okay, I am the master of my fate. It means what? I have got all the right to live my life according to my wish, but not in a wrong way. What is expected from me? Okay, then I am the captain of my soul. These are the very popular lines of William Ernest Henley. Okay, so what is the name of the poet? William Ernest Henley. Now look at the poem.
Ma'am,
Invictus Henley is an inspirational poem. This poem depicts the poet's attempt to motivate himself when there is no hope at all. When the poet writes this poem, he has already lost one of his legs. So in such a situation of mental and physical agony, pain, the poet tries to lift up his courage. Okay, so what is the poet trying to do with when he wrote this poem? He was trying to motivate himself, get self-motivated. And when did he write this poem? As I told you, when he lost one of his legs, to overcome the situation, to overcome the pain. How did he try to lift him up? With courage. In the very beginning of the poem, the poet says that he wants to thank God. Why? In fact, he admits that his life has no ray of hope. Why does he want to thank God? For God's love and support. He wants to thank God that he has got an unconquerable soul. Means he did not give up when he faced a lot of difficulty. So he felt there is no ray of hope. Rather, his future seems to be as dark as a pit. Do you know what is a pit? Pit means what?
Yes, ma'am.
Hole. So when you go deep into the pit, deep into the hole, is there any light? Is there any ray of hope? Total darkness. Total darkness. Okay. But then also he is grateful to God for his unconquerable soul. He says that no pain can be able to curb his soul. Means no pain can defeat his soul. So this is what we are going to practice in our lives too. Whatever the situation may be, let us fight back with courage. So look at the poem now. Look at the first stanza. Out of the night that covers me, black as the pit from pole to pole, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. So look at this. Now this is the pit. Okay, coal mine. Now here there is light, so because of that light you are able to see. But as you go deep into the pit, this total darkness. Wherever you see, all around, total darkness. So out of the night that covers me,
Looking scary.
total night at totally dark at night, midnight. You just see without lights all. Midnight, it is totally, it is dark. Sometimes you get scared of the darkness. Okay. So he says,
Yes.
out of the night that covers me black as the pit. Pit means coal mine. Just now I showed you the image here. So this is the coal mine. From pole to pole. What is the meaning of pole to pole? From bottom, from top to bottom. From top to bottom, I thank whatever gods may be for my unconquerable soul. Now, what is the meaning of unconquerable soul? A mind and spirit that cannot be beaten.
Undefeated soul. Undefeated.
Undefeated. Okay. So as I told you in the very beginning of the poem, the poet says that he wants to thank God. In fact, he admits that his life has no ray of hope. Rather, his future seems to be as dark as a pit. But then also he is grateful to God for his unconquerable soul, a mind and soul that cannot be beaten. So if I am mentally strong, can anybody defeat me?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Anyone defeat me if I am mentally strong? If I'm mentally right, if I know that whatever I'm doing is 100% right, if I'm dedicated, if I am committed, can anyone defeat me if I'm mentally strong?
No, ma'am.
No one can defeat me if I am right. Okay, if I am right, if I feel whatever I'm doing is right, no one can defeat me because my attitude is such. So here in the first stanza, what is he telling? Wherever he would look, he would feel himself in total darkness. Okay, he was imagining the situation of a pit, deep pit from top to bottom. The pit was covered with darkness. But in this situation also, he's thanking God. See, look at the situation. Though he's in such a difficult situation, he's thanking God for giving him unconquerable soul, a soul and a mind that cannot be beaten up. Okay, did you understand the first stanza?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any doubts still here?
No, ma'am.
Okay, the next one. In the fell clutch of circumstance. Okay, in the fell Okay, in the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. In the fell clutch of circumstance, I have not winced nor cried aloud. Under the bludgeonings of chance, my head is bloody but unbowed. Now, what is the meaning of winced? Now here, what is the meaning of winced? Winced means made a shrinking movement of the body out of pain or distress. Suppose unknowingly, if I go and touch something which is very hot, suddenly what happens? I move like this, right? Right? I just
Yes,
shrink
ma'am.
my body. I just move my body and there is a change of expression on my face. When I touch something very hot, when I am not comfortable, what happens? Suppose if I am struggling from my hand pain, not able to lift my hand. So what happens to my face? Already looking at my expression, you know that I am not well. So winced means what? Made a shrinking movement of the body. Now, what is the meaning of this? In the fell clutch of circumstance, what is the meaning of fell clutch? A deadly grip. His situation was so horrible. He was on the bed for 20 months, struggling with the pain with one leg. His leg was amputated. Circumstance. What is the meaning of circumstance? An event or fact that causes something to happen. A situation, a dangerous situation, a risk. I have not winced. So what is he telling? Even in the deadliest grip, though I was in a situation that was so horrible, but I didn't cry. I didn't wince. I didn't cry. Whatever the situation was, I didn't cry aloud. Have you seen some people? Some people are so sensitive. If they encounter any problem, suddenly what happened? They start crying, not able to adjust. Okay. Is there anyone like this here? No, you should not be. Okay, you should not be.
Okay,
As I
ma'am.
told you, life is full of ups and downs. It is not bed of roses. So always you should be prepared. You should be strong enough, courageous enough. Whatever happens, I am ready to face. This should be your attitude. Now, have you seen some people, whatever they face, they have got that guts to face the problem. They have got
Yes,
a
ma'am.
smile on the face. They say, yes, I can do it. So one among was William Ernest Henley. So though he was in the deadly grip, though he was in such a difficult situation, he did not give up. Okay, Ananda, he did not give up. He did not cry. Under the bludgeonings of chance. What is the meaning of bludgeoning? Bludgeoning means beatings done with a thick stick or any heavy object. It doesn't mean that here someone is beating the poet with a thick stick. Is it the meaning of, is the meaning like that?
ma'am.
No.
No,
What is
ma'am.
the meaning here?
No, ma'am.
Just a minute. Okay, I was trying to, okay. So what is he trying to tell here? He's trying to tell you whatever the situation is. Under the bludgeonings, bludgeonings means, it doesn't mean somebody is taking a stick and beating the poet here. He's telling about the depth of the situation that he is facing, right? Did you understand? It's not that someone is ready to beat him with a thick stick. No, he's undergoing the pain much more than when somebody beats with a stick, right? So he's telling whatever the situation is, my head is bloody. My head is bloody means what? Full of blood.
Blood.
Full of blood means though even somebody beats me, though my body starts bleeding, though the blood starts oozing out of my body, I am not going to give up. Right? Did you understand? If anybody takes a thick stick and goes on beating me, though I am fully covered with blood, still I am not going to give up because I am right. My head is unbowed means I am not going to bend myself in front of the problems that I am facing in my life. Beyond this place of wrath and tears, what is the meaning of wrath? Wrath means great anger. Looms, but the horror of the shade. What is the meaning of looms? Looms means what? Such a threatening situation. Such a threatening situation. What is the meaning of shade here? Shade here means death. What is the meaning of shade? The meaning of shade is death. And at the menace of the years, what is the meaning of menace? Menace means a person or thing that is likely to cause harm. Finds and shall find me unafraid. So as I told you, what is the meaning?
Ma'am, is it called menace?
What's that idea?
Menace, right?
Yeah. See, beyond this place of wrath and tears, looms but the horror of the shade, and at the menace of the years, finds and shall find me unafraid. So whatever the situation is, here wrath means what? Anger. Shade means what? Death. Even the situation gets angry on me, even I am put to death, but whatever harm you are going to do for me, whom is he talking to? He is talking to the problems, he's talking to his destiny, he's talking to his fate. He's telling whatever you are going to create the situation for me, I am going to be unafraid. I'm not going to give up. Clear? Whatever it is, however the situation is, but I am not going to give up. So look at the attitude of the poet here, unafraid, unconquerable. So look at the, see, unconquerable. Look at the words that he has used. Unconquerable, undefeated, unafraid. Okay. Now till here, do you have any doubts?
No, ma'am.
Do you have any doubts?
No.
Okay. So shall we stop?
Yes,
What is
ma'am.
the central idea of the poem? What is the central idea of the poem?
To never give up on
Never
problem.
give up.
Give up.
Yes, never give up.
Undefeated.
Never give up. You just imagine the situation of the poet. He was lying down on the bed struggling with one leg, struggling with the pain, but still he did not give up. He fought back. You might have seen many people, right? Challenges, challenging people you might have seen, but how do they face the life? Now, can I imagine my life without these two eyes? Can I?
No, ma'am.
No, I cannot. Very terrible. But have you not seen people living like that? How,
Yes, ma'am.
how happily they live, how happily they face the situation with a smile. That is what is something great. That is what we have to learn in a life. Okay, my dear children. So it is such a beautiful poem. What is the name of the poem?
Invictus.
Invictus. And it is a Latin word, right? What is the meaning of Invictus? Anyone can answer.
Unconquerable.
Ma'am, yes, Anushri. Anushri.
Ma'am, unconquerable or undefeated.
Yes, unconquerable,
Unafraid.
undefeated, unafraid. So how many stanzas have we finished? We have finished 3 stanzas. Now, do you have any doubts regarding these 3 stanzas? You can just ask me. In the last stanza, what did we learn? What did we learn? Whatever the situation is. Now, see, when we face certain situations in life, how do we feel? We get angry, right? Don't we get angry?
Yes, ma'am.
Don't we get angry? Yes, we get angry. We want to cry. We just want to feel like crying. We try to, we try to somehow quit from the situation, but still not able to. Why? Because I just have an idea. I just have a positive attitude that I have to overcome the situation. So he says, beyond all this anger, beyond all the tears, beyond all the pain that I am suffering, beyond the death, what is there? There is a hope, a ray of hope. There is a happiness. So whatever I am going to face, whatever situation I am going to face, I am unafraid. Okay, so don't ever forget these words. Which are the words that we have learned? Unconquerable, undefeated, unafraid. And which are the 2 key points of this poem?
I am the master of the
master of my fate and
fate, and I am the captain of my
captain of my soul. I want everyone to repeat. What are the 2 lines that we have learned from this poem? 2 important points. I am the master of my
fate and captain of my soul.
Yes, look here. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my
soul.
Okay. So shall I wind up the class now?
Yes,
Attendance.
So bye bye, my dear children. See you later. Okay. Thank you.
Bye, ma'am. Thank you.